Hello, hello. Welcome. Now that I've posted, well, pretty much everywhere, the Discord, Twitter, I'd say that's good enough for now. See who shows up. Welcome. Yes, it's been a while, a long while. But hey, I was kind of in the mood. Let's, go while the iron's hot here. Whatever, strike while the iron's hot. Yeah, whatever. So we're playing. Well, let's just say I said I'd come back if the right cards showed up. Well, it's mostly there. Lumi's been bothering me on Discord. Let's go with the live screen here. Bothering me on Discord saying, hey, let's do the XYZ deck. He's asking about zombies, how to go about it. And I'm like, oh, a bit of this, a bit of that. And I was thinking about zombies. It's like, how do I get zombies to work? Because my roommate was playing. And he's like going through the motions on what he was playing, and trust me, he was playing Tybalt's Trickery. So his idea of things greatly shifted at one point in time. But anyway, so he's going through the decks, and I'm watching his matches, and I'm like, you know what would be pretty good? Zombies, if you can get it to fucking get the aggression going. And I'm like, all right, this might work. So this is just kind of like plan A right now. It's the starting, the beginning of things. Start from scratch right now is the idea here. So might as well just give a quick idea of what it is. It's the Thoughtseize Inquisition. We're playing this as a mid-range deck, air quotes, whatever. Totally mid-range deck. And that's the plan. That's how we're planning or going about this, because aggro zombies just kind of like poop and don't quite get there. That's the thoughts anyway. Hey Shart. Welcome. So I was thinking, okay, well, let's try to turn this into a mid-range. What are the important cards? What were the cards that made it kind of go, sort of thing? And I was thinking somewhere in the territory of Diregraf Colossus, Undead Augur, and Champion of the Parish. This was the card that kind of put it back on the radar for me. It's like, hey, we get a good one-drop beyond Cryptbreaker again? Cool. All right, cool. So that was the idea. I would start there. And then I saw that this card existed, and I'm like, all right. So this is a thing that can happen. So you make some zombies, and you give your guy +1/+1, and whatever. And then I was like, well, we're making this Thoughtseize Inquisition deck. Let's add this for some more zombies. And so I don't know where the right answer is. Somewhere in this mix of stuff. And then I'm watching as I was watching my roommate playing, so, getting an idea of what the meta was. He just played Elf Mirror, so I just put in Witches and Vengeance and said, yeah, that'll do. You want to push through? Just kill all their shit and none of yours for 3 mana. Sounds good. So that was kind of the plan with it, and, Thoughtseize Inquisition for the, the control / combo. Dark Salvation, it's a nice removal spell that furthers your board or doesn't further your board, depending, how quickly you have to cast it. But it is a 1-mana removal spell, technically. It can also just, make you some stuff. Cryptbreaker for those cards that are just not cutting it, not helping, whatever. You can discard them. So Champion of the Parish works well with Soul Diviner, but I don't know what the counts are. So I put 1 Soul Diviner in here, and we'll see if we want to have more of it over time. But the idea is you play a zombie, you take the counter off, you get more gas by drawing more cards by taking the counters. So that was a thing. Undead Augur, drawing more cards. This guy with Undead Augur. So making the decay guys, and you keep swinging in with those, and those obviously pump the thing, and yeah, it all works out. Eliminate seemed like one of the better removal spells, but I don't know what the meta's like, so this is kind of a shot in the dark saying this is the right card. Hey, like. So purely shot in the dark on that one. This is for the elves, as I feel like that's probably what we're going to run into. And then the Diregraf Colossus, the other card that we want to base around here. Do we need more zombies? Maybe. So that's where we're going to test some numbers here. Archghoul of Thraben seems to be one of the new cards that looks real good for this, I guess. So get to preordain some stuff when your stuff dies. And yeah, when that's a decayed zombie that's going through that, then obviously you're moving through this faster. So there's a lot of card advantage in the deck. That was the big thing I was concerned with, beyond being able to push through your opponent. So between them, that's the idea. Poppet Stitcher apparently just vomits some shit out, and if you have a bunch of tokens, then I guess it does something. But at the same time, Diregraf Colossus also exists, so we can get tokens. And we got Jadar to make tokens, and we got Cryptbreaker to make tokens. So it kind of works well. Murder Rider's a zombie? Yes, I went with Eliminate. Because I want to cast a zombie and eliminate your thing. I'm playing this as a mid-range deck first, and then I'm not playing it as a zombie tribal deck primarily, is what I'm saying. Like, it's down the middle, so we got to play good cards that will answer the problems. Murderous Rider is maybe. I was never a big fan of Murderous Rider. I always thought that was just a concession to playing, like, those things. It's just, that's a mono black control thing as far as I see it. It's slow, it's dirtly. I want something with a little bit more life in it. Zombie deck, but more life in it than Murderous Rider. So I haven't played any games. This is like first game in like a year. So we'll be going through, we're just going to be like, other than to see if the cards actually play together. That was a mana-based test, so we're just going to play, I guess that's what play is. I can't remember. I see the client has totally picked up in speed and is ever more efficient than it ever has been. Just going to see what it's like. Totally get murderized by everything. See what cards just keep showing up that we're just like, I don't like this card. I don't know why I keep seeing it. And so those are the cards we'll shuffle out. The ones that we're like, I want to see these all the time, then we'll put back in. This shouldn't be the wrong deck. I shifted the cards. I mean, whatever. I'll concede if it's wrong. Oh, here we are. It's absolutely it. Yep. Okay, so mana's good. Oh yeah, client seems a little bit funky. Definitely not as I remember it. So we got an Undead Augur, and stuff like that. What's our opponent doing? Mountain something? Mountain nothing? Alright then, well. I mean, we can do that. Oh, you know what? What are they doing? Let's just send in, see what they do. So technically, we can do nothing and just make a zombie. I'm cool with that. They're overthinking something, that's for sure. They're definitely overthinking turn one. Haha, see? We just basically blew up their mana. Thermal Alchemist, sure. So we'll just blow up an island here. Decent amount of elves, absolutely. Okay, so, do I want this in a blue mana source? Not particularly. So I'm just going to do this the easy way. Goodbye, Thermal Alchemist. Okay, deck's perfect. Ghoulcaller was the one that I was a little bit worried about. It beat them, yeah, it definitely did that. I mean, sure. A lot of Is It Phoenix. I was wondering about the level of graveyard hate that I need. or if I just want to push them harder. Hard to say. Now, I'm planning this as a mid-range deck, so sideboard cards are a lot of weight towards this as well. If there's a sideboard option, I would greatly consider that first. I mean, other than, you know, like if we're saying let's fine-tune towards something, like we'll go for, you know, large swaths. So Witch's Vengeance still kills creatures. That's why I'm not too worried about it being main deck, for example. But I'm definitely looking at how do we go about, like, I just want to see what we're going to run into and how effective it is right now. And then we'll decide sideboard cards from there. Yeah, I guess this is totally fine. Keep. Something about a Healer's Hawk. It's okay, I don't care. Game. Thank you. Wow. Game's functioning on all cylinders. Afterbirth of Meletis. Sure. That's a card. So we don't have any zombies, just a shitload of fatal pushes, but my opponent's already definitely showing that this is the kind of deck that I want to do that in. General's Enforcer. You have a bird, a wall, and an enforcer. Walk into a bar. What you got? Oh yeah, you got nothing. Yeah, got nothing. Okay, so we don't have any zombies to Diregraf Colossus. Less good. Game's been having issues yesterday and today. I know, I made a meme. It was very popular. Someone's gonna take a hit. Alright. They didn't play any creatures, honestly. So we'll just send in. Yeah, I mean, if they kill our shit, then Colossus is better then. A thing. Not exactly certain what. Yeah, whatever. Let's see what else you got. What are you doing? Well, I mean, we'll just kill that Watery Grave, I guess. I got nothing really valuable enough. The Cub Warden's in the way. If they start attacking, then great, but whatever. Heliod, because reasons, yeah. What you gonna do? Alright, well, I can't deal with it. Need a push for it. Okay, sure. Alright, now Diregraf Colossus. Heal up what's expected? Sure. Whatever. It's eschewing in any life gain deck? Well, I was really hoping that they wouldn't have another fucking Cub Warden, but alright. Yeah. Alright, opponent. You want to fucking play games? Let's fucking play games. I need a push. I really need a push. Okay, so now it's just the Cosmos Elixir. It's fine. Alright, well. Deal with my 1-drop. Have I used 3 pushes? Alright, then whatever. Okay, that's a few too many lands, but alright. Get out there! Alright, well, I'm just gonna have to be a solid wall for now. We'll take him out in one fell swoop. He's not gaining life off Cosmos Elixir, so whatever. There we go. But he is gaining life. So there is that. You got a trick? Do you have a trick? I mean, I've got open mana and 3 cards in my hand, so, I mean, whatever. Just gonna send in Champion of the Parish, see what happens. They have the Heliod? They do. Our opponent is broken. Could be bluffing the trick. I don't know. At this point in time, they're kind of bluffing lack of processing power. I guess. Yeah, we're totally bluffing. Anyways, champion in. Okay. Just leave that mana. Just leave this right here. Something about Griffinary. Something about a bunch of shitters. That's a lot of shitters. Throw an Augur in front. I want to draw cards, but I don't want to kill myself. Of course, I would like to draw a few more things than this, but, you know, whatever. Oh, we're not going to have enough shit fast enough here. It's the issue. So they just chump block now. Yeah, it's definitely a loss. Alright, next. Alright, I see that life gain still exists and they won't print cards for them. So, yeah, whatever. Moving on. Yeah. Oh well. Random shit go gets their Heliod. Moving on. How do we deal with that deck? We get Tainted Remedy someday. Someday. One day. Maybe someday they'll print Origins, which I would have figured they would have done years ago, but whatever. Anyways, moving on in. We ignore that deck? Good. Thank you. Alright, so we can 1-2 punch with the Champion of the Perished, or we can Thoughtseize. How do I want to play this? I'm going to do Champion of the Parish. Don't have to Thoughtseize right away. Not unless there's something absolutely required. Legion's Landing, so not threatening. Alright, bump Champion, send it in. So Legion's Landing, and then what? Obviously, when it comes to white, turn 3 is the relevant turn anyway. Okay, irrelevant card. Thoughtseize. Venerated Loxodon, that's an interesting one. Hushbringer, Legion's Landing, History of Benalia. If I'm going somewhere with this, I'm probably going with get rid of the fucking Loxodon. Is there anything relevant here? I can just, what do they have that's important here that's going to do something? Nothing? What does Hushbringer do? Is it dying? Dying. Dying is important. Alright. So the push has to go for the Hushbringer. They have an opportunity to take this down. They don't. Okay, history comes down. No big deal. Decklist goes nowhere. Hushbringer's bad. Bad for us, yes. I gotta get Champion of the Parish up to a point that helps here. Yeah, Hushbringer's a bit of a problem. So let's see what they do. Vanlish Marshal. That is a bit of a problem. So they're playing everything but... Sure, buddy. I'm gonna have to probably play then, based on what's here. So what do you do, buddy? Nothing. This is pretty bad because my opponent's not creating a scenario where I can fatal push. Making it quite difficult, to say the least. Next turn, some big knights? Yes, it is. And I'll just have to base around that, because we drew 5 lands. Yes, 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 your Hushbringer. Alright. So we've got to plan around this. Gonna just have to shred his board a little bit here, but I can't get rid of some things. We really need to draw something soon, so we're going to have to really base on that. And I'm gotta hope that they didn't just top deck their fresh card to be something live. So these will turn into 2/2s soon enough. I'm tempted to just simply chump block them or whatever this. I want to keep Diregraf Colossus around just long enough. So this is like 8, and then 9, 10, 11 damage. That thing still has to go. I have to create a board state out of somewhere. Oh wait, that's a lot of triggers. That's more triggers than I was expecting. Did I have 2? I had 2 augurs, didn't I? I drew more augurs than I would particularly like there. My opponent played in every way that would not enact a fatal push at all. Okay. Just wouldn't... They played around like every last play. Like they knew exactly what we were doing. Alright. I'll take this. Champion of the Parish. And that's all it takes. So if I were to think back on the night's fight, we have cards in the deck that'll totally deal with it. Because we had Witch's Vengeance, which would have shredded that entire history of Nephalia to pieces. And the Lord. So we would have been... We have answers, we had outs, they didn't appear. That's all. See, queue times are fast, blazing fast, so fast. Just like a gust of wind, so fast. Inquisition into Undead Augur into Diregraf Colossus. Nobody's killing my zombies, so Diregraf Colossus forever stuck at 2/2. So let's see what our opponent has. Alright, see you in a bit. So our opponent is stuck. Like a gust of wind, they're totally, I don't know where to go with this. They're not doing anything. I'm pretty sure I saw them actually here. I think they just decided to go up and use the washroom. You know, the standard queue up for a match and then use the washroom when someone's waiting for you. Because they need to let me know that I know that they know. That could be a thing too. Well, yeah. I just realized I should probably like set the live stream, edit live stream, chat replay. Make that a thing that, because I keep forgetting to click it on. Oh, chat replay is on. Never mind. There. Now everyone will know. Good. So, yeah. Client runs at 100% peak performance. Usual. Whee! Oh. That was a very thoughtful mulligan. Our opponent plays an island and an opt. Well, I'm just going to make it easy for us to fuck with them. Rest in peace, I mean, it's fine. We can deal with Rest in Peace. Let's deal with their mill cards. Like, if you want to main deck your Rest in Peace, then fine. Guess I'll add Jadar down. Probably a little bit more bodies right now. Mill? Yeah, it's mill. Not that I care. What's this one do? Return target creature to its owner's hand for 3 fucking mana. Drowned Secrets? Who cares? Now I'm very interested in getting rid of that Rest in Peace, but if there's something else, then I'll take it. I don't really care. Also, Diregraf Colossus is probably better played on a further turn, so we'll Inquisition them. Riverwise Augur. Okay, shitty Brainstorm. Off you go. It dies. Undead Augur triggers. We get a card. New zombie. Easy peasy. That's why I chose Thoughtseize Inquisition. When you don't know the meta, a good idea to level it out is to just kind of find out what the meta is and then strip it from the opponent. So the deck was a safe bet. So also, I kind of plan on, trying to like play less decks and get better at them, because I know a thing was always like every single day. It's just like I had a new deck, and it's like, I should probably get better at these decks. I can make a new deck every day, but I should probably get better at making the decks and better at the decks. So that was kind of the thing. So zombies or Thoughtseize Inquisition, I'm not sure where the theme is right now, where I want to go with this, but probably the Thoughtseize Inquisition, probably a little bit more options there. Well, I mean, definitely try options, but I'm saying that I definitely want to make sure that I get a little better at things. Anyways, the fuck is half of this shit? Valkyrie looks like a piece of shit that needs to go. Also, what the fuck does this thing do? I know some of it and knew that it was like 90% fucking useless. Yeah, it's totally useless. I'm good to go. So I'll drop an Augur. And then there's all these other weird things that they've got, like, a bunch of lights that they do lightning things with. Okay, it's all garbage though, so it's all well good. They got an effect. I don't know what it is. Here's an Augur. Here's the Poppet Stitcher. Obviously working very well with the Augur as well. And then we'll just strip whatever they got. Love the beer holding infinite turns. Okay, so Inquisition. What the fuck is this thing? It comes a dragon at some point in time. Right now it's a baby dragon. So Poppet Stitcher got the nod because of this. Swift response? Well, it ain't so swift anymore. It ain't so swift anymore. And we're just going to take Light of Hope off of them. Swing in for 4. Get to draw a card. Sure, buddy. That's totally doing something right now. You're right. I can ignore this deck. I can totally ignore this deck. All right. Anyway. Witch's Vengeance. What's in the letter G? Your god is not here anymore. So fun interaction points anyway. They have nothing to work with, so I don't care. Other than Realm Cloak Giant randomly being there, but that's okay, because we get some cards back. Because, you know, Diregraf Colossus seems like a pretty good fucking card, so does Champion of the Parish. Yep, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have some insurance for later. 8, 9. Oh well. Yeah, that's a card. That's a card too, but neither of them function, so whatever. Bump up Champion of the Parish so they don't get a free block. Pretty sure that's a win anyway. Yep. Okay, well, the board wipe was a bit of a surprise, but other than that, whatever. I do like the Decayed interaction, though. That's pretty nifty with Undead Augur. It's just like, yeah, you can just keep rolling through your deck. Drawing into the extra pieces you need. So I'm not sure if I need more interaction points, more on the board points, or what. I didn't want to go with Lords. I felt like that was the trap. Felt like that was the part where it was not a good thing. Anyways. Thoughtseize into Jadar or Augur. Opponent mulling and leaving. Okay. I mean, that works fine by me. But still, like to kind of find out what's good, what's not. Feels like there's at least one removal spell is required that's pretty diverse. Like a very, very diverse kill spell, at least, somewhere in the deck is the first thing I'm noticing that I need. Also, life is extremely limited and I gotta treat it carefully here. So, the deck that I really, really wanted, if they were ever going to print the card again, well, that's why I was kind of waiting for Origins, was to get my Elemental Bond back, because that was a Thoughtseize Inquisition deck as well. It's kind of quite a nifty rock deck. Okay, so, yeah, we've got basically the exact same hand, only on the draw this time. Seriously, opponent, I will probably walk away because I'm testing a deck and I don't need to see the same deck 500 times. So we'll move on because we've tested against this deck ad nauseum, and we can go find something else. You know, when you played about 5 games and 4 of them have been Pridemate, maybe you should just move on. Not to mention, you know, I mean, when it was 4 out of every 5 decks was Pridemate when I left, and it's still 4 out of every 5 decks, there's probably a point where you should start adding hate cards for it. I mean, can't game life cards seems appropriate, but, you know, whatever. Probably come up with something. On the play with Champion of the Parish seems fine. Champion of the Parish, Augur, Colossus, plenty there. There's no decks that have been interacting. In fact, I don't think any of our opponents really have had any interactive spells. Except, well, there was that one, I suppose. Our opponent with Fervent Champion, I mean, by all means, go ahead. Alright, no? Okay. So what if they have a double champion later? Doesn't matter. We'll just Undead Augur block it. It's fine. So we'll get our clock in. The Diregraf Colossus is beefy as fuck, so it's no big deal. That's what I figured. Get fucked. The only damage I've gotten was from myself from the Undead Augur against this red deck that is so passive as fuck. Okay, so still not really all of a threat. Send in. What you gonna do? You gonna convert? No? Alright then. We'll add our blue. So what's the sequence here? It's, yeah, it's definitely Colossus. Let's just make a board that they can't fucking get past. I mean, they could probably get some damage in this turn if they were brave, but we'll see. Okay. I don't know how to go about this. I'm thinking on it. I'm thinking. So, we can definitely kill stuff. It's just, do we want to? Annex was probably something we want to wait for combat for. Let's see if they want to trade with my Colossus. That makes things a little easier. All right. Sure. Okay, they're tapped down. Kill the Spitfire. Let's just send some shit over. Let's put them on the defensive for a little bit. Well, wait, that's what we've been doing the whole time. Spitfire again. Sure. Send one dude in. So we may die. May not. But they have to block. They could double block if they wanted. Alright, let's see what happens. Double? That'll do it. Alright. Well, that would have been a good time for some hand hate. Would have been a real good time for some hand hate. So anyways, yeah. I didn't know Cavalcade was still a deck. No idea that people still played that. Alright. Time for the nightly walking of the Black Shadow? You have a dog? That it? On the draw, all interaction. It's alright. That'll do. Inquisition turn 1, push Inquisition 2. This is fine. Oh, this is bad. Never mind. It's the exact same deck we've run into 5 trillion times. Move on. This deck's not being helpful at all. How's things been going? Aside from their draws working out just a little bit better than ours, the games have been relatively close. And obviously, I'm moving on from the life gain decks. That's a dead horse, and like it's also rotted and like in a museum now, telling about when horses used to exist and walk the earth. Like they're fucking dead for a long time. So, I'm generally ignoring the life gain decks. Because I know that if I turn this into a proper mid-range deck, they would never play that deck again because I'd embarrass them so badly. Like, if I just turned this into straight good cards, I guarantee they would never play their Primate decks ever again. Tis back, yes. So on the play, some Thoughtseize and some, you know, whatever, it's some stuff. We can definitely use this hand. Get started. Now, we'll play interactive. If it's another stupid Pride-Made deck, we move on. No big deal, because, like I said, like, it's been overdone. This is Glass of the Guild Pack deck. Basically, Glass of the Guild Pack's not important. Revival Revenge is a bit scary, and Ethereal Absolution is a little bit. Our opponent doesn't feel like prying eyes are the kind of thing they want on them, so they'll just move on. It seems like the dirtiest version of Glass of the Guild Pact. I remember we tried, when Glass of the Guild Pact came out, we did, what, like 2 days, 1 day, 2 days of Glass of the Guild Pact, trying to find the ideal color combination. And it was most certainly not black-white. But, I don't know what it is now. Certainly could still be a thing. I tried Glass of the Guild Pact like a year ago. It was okay. It felt like nothing better than an Anthem at that point in time, though. Like, it felt like the power level of gun, you definitely need a critical mass of hybrid 1-drops, basically, for that to function. Sure. This is a little slow, but, you know, whatever. Guess I can start with the swamp and shockland the other one, so we don't fall behind on any curves. Pop that off. Okay, Jadar exists. Opponent's going to play some scoos. It's okay, they won't have it. Salvation, pops that off. Swing in. No scoos for them. Opponent's gonna do some fancy ass shit. We don't care, personally. So we're gonna do Undead Augur. And if they're just cracking a food, well, I just don't know what to say. So if they go and fucking ambush Viper Jadar, I don't generally care. So this one dies, we get a card. Yes, you're hovering over your food, I can see it. You only have one plan in life, and that's that. Yeah, maybe I should just practice Thoughtseize Inquisition decks. It seems to be that's the part that's getting them. Get some proper mid-range up in this bitch. I do like that. I do like me some mid-range. Aggro and mid-range. And then occasionally a build-around card. That said, we got stuck on Amulet for quite some time. But still. That's kind of like where I want to be. Hello, hello. Thoughtseize Duress is a great way to get play queue concessions? Absolutely. People don't like to play against hand disruption. I don't like playing against it so much either, but there's so many combo decks out there that I learned that the lesser evil is most certainly Thoughtseize. Fucking awkward on the draw. Yeah, no, let's just play the exact same hand. Alright, Poppet Stitcher, off you go. Whatever. Let's just make sure they don't have a blocker. gonna drop your Omniseize? There you go, you did it. Alright. Ghoulcaller? Or... you just gonna play your Omniseize shit again? Or are you gonna hold up your counterspell? What do you want? What's your plan? Well, let's get a full-on counterspell for this one. It's only 1 mana, so they're never going to fucking touch it, unless, you know, really they want to... okay. I mean, it's real good in this scenario where I've got this going. Because it'd just be like 2-2 now, next turn, keeps going. Oh well. We gotta cancel them for Champion of the Parish, so whatever. Archghoul of Thraben. Another cancel? Swing? Make your choice. Alright, they made their choice. We get a card. Do we want to decline that? Yes. I would like an eliminate. Omniseize shows up again. An opt. I don't feel like Seas are going to be overall threatening, so not too worried about that. We'll see what we have in second main here when the zombie dies. Jadar seems real good in the deck. Take action. We don't need a hand hate right now. That's the turn. Additionally, like, if they make a token, it's a an 8H, or like with nothing special on it. All right, swinging again. Recard! Take action. Sorcery speed is not very good for us right now, and we'll throw a Diregraf Colossus to make sure that we get a nice solid lethal. Two cards ain't gonna save them. There we go. Okay, so Jadar seems like just like, I always want this card, even if it's just an extra copy, sort of thing. Like, I always want to play that on too, if I can. But because it just seems to make the deck go a lot more, so it seems to be like that's a 4 copies no matter what sort of thing. Just because it's always producing zombies. So I kind of like that. So that's one thing. So a global removal source and full copies of Jadar seem to be the thing. to absolutely play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you're playing black, black has a very specific set of things that you play. Whew, yeah, that's a mole. Keep this, drop the second or third land off. We're probably fine. Okay. Portable hole or whatever it is, some sort of control deck of some nonsense, and they have fuck all. Eliminate's not going to do anything against their deck. That's one thing that's for sure. But we have Undead Augurs, which will gas us up. Let's see what they find. Do they have any more early interaction? Control was certainly one of those things that we definitely have to watch out for. Guess I'll throw a Poppet Stitcher for now. We can pretty much go ham on dropping stuff to the table, because they're not going to really affect our life total too much. Expressive iteration. Not unless, you know, it's specifically Anger of the Gods that they happen to have. That's about it. I don't even know what that was. Let's see. Pathway. Pay for one. Me. Submit. So, yep. Create a zombie. Create a zombie. So that's not too bad. That's 4 power for 3 mana. Side effect. Okay, 4 mana. What's our opponent got? A shark? I'm not sure. Nothing important, it seems. They're main phase 2 now, randomly. I'm just going to swing on in. What you got? Shark? That's a lot of bodies, isn't it? Mine. Mine! Put down Cryptbreaker. We'll draw a shitload of cards and deal. Like, if they're just playing Teferi, then that's not doing anything that's mattering. Attack. What of it, opponent? Another charm? That's totally fine. It's a decayed. Fast turn. So we'll convert this land or this Witch's Vengeance, something like that. The zombie is totally useless to them. Helix this... Yeah, sure, fine. Actually, just get rid of the Vengeance. Seven damage? Okay. Alright. Been working on standard death and taxes this week. Seems good? Oh, that's alright. I mean, if that deck's a good deck, then you're in a good place, usually. Well, or if... No, isn't it? If Death and Taxes is a bad deck, you're in a good place. I can't remember. I think it's that if Death and Taxes is a bad place, then you have a good standard. Or a good meta. Because people are playing fairly, and so it doesn't hurt them nearly as much. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, okay, versus Control, it has all the right pieces that I cared about. It seems that our opponent did not have proper board wipe and was way too late to the party, to say the least. Okay. So, cards that feel good or bad. We didn't see Soul Diviner. How many times would Soul Diviner be good? As many times as one copy would facilitate. Jadar seems spectacular. Cryptbreaker seems pretty good too. But Diregraf Colossus have been kind of like 3 copies of sort of a card. So I've been kind of feeling that. I'm definitely willing to put up to 3 of that. Lands have been super heavy. Tally down 1, then tally 1 up of you. Global removal, I don't know what I'm going to do for the slot yet. I haven't figured that out. But that's the first adjustment. It's just what cards feel good, what cards feel bad. Now we'll play a little bit longer based on that. A global removal, I don't know yet. Like, I don't mean board wipe. I mean, like, it can target anything. Global removal. Something that'll deal with pesky stuff. Something, exile, target, anything. It's kind of what's on my mind with that one. Or just really, really obnoxiously large stuff for people that still play, like, 9,000 CMC. That aren't a ramp deck. Okay, Inquisition, Undead, Augur, Archghoul, they all just kind of give value on their own. Keep is fine as long as our opponent's a little bit closer to the board, it's fine, but that mana helps. Our opponent's doing something or other here. Random cards go. Doom Foretold is kind of the card I would rather get rid of. So this is just kill everything deck. Well, lucky for me, I'm just gonna get rid of their mana, honestly. I can play a bunch of shit that just fucking says who cares. So we'll play Undead Augur. It's fine. And this is target attacking or blocking creature. We'll make sure Archghoul is out when we do that. Do they have their mana? They don't. Free card for us. This is value, so we don't care. Our opponent's looking at this like, fuck's sakes. Okay. Do I want to land? Take action, throw it away. Okay, Poppet Stitcher's pretty fucking good. Now I want to land. It's alright. I think Soul Diviner's perfectly fine, although Inquisition's probably important. Take a look. Light of Hope, brought backs. We'll get rid of the brought back. There's some sort of binding of the old gods, sure. So they're hurting for mana, or big time. We are mildly, but only mildly. All right, here we are. Doom Foretold. Or Binding the Old Gods. Which do you want? Binding the Old Gods. Fine, I'll take it. Swing. Yes, I didn't lose anything. There we go. Diviner. We're just going to bomb it to the table. If they got a board wipe, they got it. What can I say? If they got a board wipe, we move on. We're done. The deck is just 5 million removal spells and, you know, enough that you just want to probably move on because life is worth living. And our opponent does not agree. And I just cannot be with a person that, you know, is that adamant about not living life. Moving on. Removal.deck, any different combination of shit is still possible, but if I was to do something, what would I do? I would probably bring in some sort of surgical extraction type effect. That would probably deal with some of it, because if they don't have... yeah, if they don't have certain cards, they just can't function right, because then they're doing one for own removals or whatever, something like that. Or some other tricksy things like Rise of the Dreadmarn or something like that, maybe. So that you just keep going. Or, you know, like... Counterspell. Counterspell is also a thing. Alright. Inquisition? Get rid of your 9 lives. That seems like an important card to get rid of. Alright, they're sorcery speed, so this is fine. Also, they're 500 trillion colors, because they just played a mountain in front of that shit. I'm pretty sure it's a mountain. It's black, but it looks like it might be a mountain. This is their triome, so it is what it is. So do we overwhelm them? Probably throw a Poppet Stitcher at them, right? It's a lot of removal. So what card do you want to take from me, buddy? Or are you going to go 1, 2, 3 removal spells? Portable hole, whatever that is. Sure. Bring their shit back, sure. Fuck is this? You know what? Let's just get rid of Blood Chief's Thirst. Seems good to me. They seem to be doing some weird shit. I'm not sure what, but it looks pretty weird. It's mostly random shit so far. That works. It's just another random removal shit dot deck? I don't think it is. This is a hand that's not helpful. Telling me a little bit more. Alright. So I'm assuming that they like kill my shit now. Okay, sure. A ring. It's a CMC 3, so whatever they're doing is whatever. Alright. It's still random shit go, as far as I can tell. Okay. Fool. 2, 6, 9, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Decline, decline. That's fine. They're dead. Math comes out about the same, of course, but yeah, they're dead. Okay. Not much to say about that one. I'm not even sure if that's a deck I should care about or if I should just ignore it. It's probably one of those ones I can ignore and move on. I don't think there's anything to learn from that. It just seems like random enchantment deck that didn't have any enchantments. I'll learn the meta eventually. That was one I'm pretty sure is not part of the meta. On the play. It's a pretty fucking sweet play, too. Probably Inquisition starter. and then we can just move on with all of these nonsense things. Figure out where we're going with it. Feels like my deck is rather low power. Haven't seen that many top meta decks yet. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll have to see. I don't know what the meta is at all. Dreadhorde Butchers kind of fucking suck. But we can deal with them. Limbalas seems to be a bit of a problem. Where do I want to be with this one? What's the card that's going to bother me the most? What can be fatal pushed? These butchers can be fatal pushed to an extent, but they'll take out Jadar. Limbalas, what kind of random bullshit go is this? Green, red, black, blue. What the fuck is this deck? You spend most of your time in historic rank nowadays? Well, I figure we'll be going there eventually. It's just I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this garbage pile is. I don't know what to take yet, because it's all just kind of some random things. I'm going to take the Pelt Collector and put them off balance. They don't have red-black. So we'll put out Jadar for now. Seems fine. Yeah, Pelt Collector seemed fine. Just keep them super slow. Thorn Lieutenant's not a threat. Not really, anyway. I'll do one of these numbers. I'll do one of these numbers and let that thing just fucking roll over and die. There's your 1/1 gone. So now the party deck ain't having a hell of a party. Cade hits, champion goes up by 1. Or whatever at the end of turn. There we go. That. So let's see how they play now. Those Dreadhorde Butchers seem so greedy. Okay, well, they're 1/2 of the way there. So, Kambala, sure. Yeah, it does seem weird and historic. Send the Decayed. Cycle through. See if our opponent plays ball or not. I'm okay with this. Potential for board wipe involved here. Okay. Whatever this card is. I can't remember these cards. If you had another... It can't be blocked if you had another of these enter. Sure. They're going to keep Spell Pierce up from the looks of it. Or the party Spell Pierce, I would assume. Which is not going to affect me the slightest, honestly. Umbala goes slowly attacking in. We still haven't found anything for Poppet Stitcher. Just it refuses to give us anything, so whatever. Or any synergy pieces, to say the least. I'm just going to pop in with a full-on swing. If I can trade Nimble Trap Finder for the Jadar, then great. That's why I'm offering it, because I want them to have basically nothing. Okay, Champion of the Parish goes up a bit. Playing it a little bit safe for now. Oh yeah, definitely a historic party. But I mean, we're seeing 5 color from our opponent, so they're not in their right mind right now, so anything could happen. Okay, well, they're on the ropes, and we've been holding back, so I wouldn't say that party is a good choice. I mean, for now, we're doing zombies today, and as Shard says, that it may not be right where it needs to be. This was an attempt to try and kind of get something that was on. Holy fuck, we held back and just trounced. Okay. Yeah, I could bring in the Mardu mid-range at some point in time. I still have that deck floating around. It just hasn't been updated to current era. But it's one of the ones that we could definitely look at later. I remember the issues with the deck. But, yeah, where was that? It's down here somewhere. You stopped you stopped Historic when Historic Horizon showed up. Okay, sure. It's one of these. Apparently, they're doubled. So I don't know. It's one of these. Anyway, let's go with the older version and see what happens. This is the older version, or just a needs to be deleted version? Wow, server is not serving. Yeah, this was it. So. Yeah, it just needs to be probably updated to today's sensibilities, and then that's that, really. Like, it's got Duresses and Spectre Shrieks when it could have Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions, for example. That's one we can try later. For now, we're on this one, so we'll just make sure that it is totally, yeah. As for a best of 3, I don't know sideboard options yet. Like, the whole idea is to figure out what kind of effects we want against the effects that we see against the decks that are absolutely kicking our ass and that are not close calls. I mean, I could do a standard sweep of just, you know, the regular stuff. It's like graveyard hate, hand hate, color hate, whatever there happens to be. Combo hate. There's all kinds of things. I mean, hand hate is combo hate, but still. I'm sure there's a couple extra zombies floating out there that are also, like, reasonable. I wanted to get some proper mana available for it, but that was tough too. This has no hand hate, but, I mean, it has a interesting spread. Hardened Scales. Well, we're fucking dead. 3 Jadars, because reasons. Sure. Yeah, we're fucking dead. We're so fucking dead. I'm gonna pitch one of these Jadars. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about that. I want to get on the board right now. That's not bad. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll add this. Go with one of these. Inquisition for anything that's nasty. Saruf Realm Eater is not exactly what I had in my mind for that, but sure. Whatever the fuck this Sorin is. Whatever. We're taking a Saruf, and a Skeletal Swarming I saw is, oh yeah, a 5-mana card, because that's realistic without ramp. This is not a fucking... Whatever. Alright, we're going to draw some cards here. We're going to fucking... we're going to block with the token, draw cards. Because that's really what I'm stuck with right now. Horizons is expensive. Yeah, I saw that it was like 500 trillion cards to the set. So if he does this, exile each non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the number. Okay. So how do we follow this up? So how does this thing work? You put a counter on it, so if I put a counter on it, it's going to do what it's going to do anyway, and if I do 2 counters, then he's going to kill my shit and leave his alone. Am I reading that right? So basically everything except for the Saruf. So if I want to keep... So the smart plan to that is send in the zombie. What does this thing even do? Nothing important. Okay. Well, we're going to have to block with Jadar. Yep, because skeletons are totally a thing I just saw in the deck. Yeah, sure. Well, whatever. This is a fucking travesty without a fucking fatal push. I was hoping for like a little bit of interaction and not just sit there and fucking dirtle forever. Obviously, it didn't happen. Does Damnation exist in Historic yet? Is that a card that exists? It should. Anyway. The alternative card to Witch's Vengeance that I wanted to have set up was the Cleave card, but the Cleave card's just not going to work well with zombies. So I wanted something that worked a little better with a creature deck. Yeah, we definitely needed to see some interaction on that, and we didn't see enough. Sure, just show me elves for once, or something like that. I might have to just see more meta decks at this point to understand what's up. It mightn't be that it's just zombies suck, and there's no saving them ever because they just don't get the appropriate love. Alright, Inquisition. Might as well. Take your burning tree. Wow, that's a pretty shitty Gruul deck you got over there, buddy. Yeah, so far, Thoughtseize Inquisition is fine. Fatal Push is questionable, but there's only so many copies I have in the deck. Need a little bit more interaction, probably on point. Vengeance is most certainly proving itself as a sideboard card, unless Ranked is going to prove it otherwise, I think. Probably a rather good Gruul deck if they had a good hand. I mean, they definitely had a good hand, but they were going to soon not have a good hand. And it was totally a reasonable hand at the start. But I mean, breaking it up would certainly make it a lot weaker. So if I were to carry any of these cards over, any of the more specialized cards, rather than the, like, obviously, like Thoughtseize Inquisition, Push, and so on like that, Eliminate's also probably pretty good in that scenario, are going to be pretty static. What about these other ones? Are they going to be valuable in some sense? I'm going to keep this. I know the mana's a little wonky, but we can get 1-drops out there and functioning. Crippling Fear, I don't even know what that is. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Alright, while our opponent's doing nothing, I'm going to play a tap land. Our opponent is broken. Oh, they're back. They're doing some random card. We'll get the Shockland in eventually. For now, I'm just going to play an Undead Augur. It's 4 CMC, -3/-3. To creatures not of a chosen type. I suppose that does expand it a little bit more. I'm finding that the -3/-3 is not sufficient more than the types chosen. I find that's where the shortcomings are. It has nothing to do with what it can target. Because I can always target something with it. It's just, what is it valuable enough? So it's just not at the power level needed. Anyways, Undead Augur's making my opponent have an aneurysm. They're still having an aneurysm. Not bad. I'm going to play this first. Just get the card advantage first, rather than champion the parish. I don't care about power and toughness right now. And if they decide to value a board wipe, then, you know, whatever. We're going to go with this order. Because I'm more interested in outliving their removal than powering up against it. Sure. Yeah. I mean, if they've got murder, then they're pretty deep right now for the kill spells. I'm not talking -4/-4. I want destroy. Thoughtseize is nice. Good pickup. Find out what what we're up against, so that if they're just going to go removal spam, then we can just Thoughtseize and deal with what their end game is here. Sure. That's actually really good. So that'll just make another target for them that they have to deal with, and if they remove this, then they're going to be down to 1 card in hand. Sure. So they have nothing. They just have kill spells all day. I would like something beyond, you know, this. This is the card I need. Yeah, this is the global removal spell I need. I wasn't sure what it was. Didn't know the name of it. We'll see how they react to this, because they seem allergic to damage so far, so, you know, they might take out a decayed creature for all I know. Alright, well, we had the opportunity for Soul Diviner, but it ain't going to do much other than make a counter on this thing. They're broken again. They're using pristine removal on garbage, so... Power word kill, and the other card is another kill spell, so they're just pure removal all day, all week. Blood on the Snow, that's... I mean, that's for full control decks. I'm not talking to that extreme. I think that Witch's Vengeance is generally sufficient, and possibly in the sideboard scenario, depending. I would like to see ranked before I make a final decision there. So do a couple ranked best of ones, but otherwise our opponents just like, holy mother of God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removal spells on one other card. They've had more removal spells than anything else, including lands. That's, I mean, and they're playing slow, so I mean, again, another person that doesn't enjoy life and doesn't want to go out and play and shit like that. So, whatever. We'll carry on. I need something that replaces itself, probably. They only have 4 mana, so, I mean, they've drawn dense as fuck. And then their hand is going to be dead because it's all removal. It's hard to say where we're at. Obviously, they've had no threats whatsoever. Diregraf Colossus is spectacular, and I'm going to wait with it in my hand. To say the least. That's a card I want to wait with. I refuse to reprint Damnation. I mean, there are certain cards that don't look like they are low on the power level, but apparently they're afraid they're high on the power level. There's a whole bunch of them I've noticed. Alright, 5 mana. 5 mana into what? Anything relevant? Well, it's nice to know that it's a land at least, but yeah, here we are. That's not going to do it. But I would also like to point out that we don't have to fear Planeswalkers because the Immortal Sun is in their deck, or they're just putting random shit in their deck. One of the two. So it's likely to be creatures. Yeah. We're drawing a little heavy on our removal for the first time ever. Against a deck that has yet to play a single threat. Of any variety. Even ones that are like, wow, I really wish they didn't have that advantage on the table. No, they have 0 threats whatsoever. They have played nothing. The Immortal Sun was the only thing remotely resembling a threat. And now we're drawing kind of our everything but what we need. So we need a creature, specifically a zombie, for Diregraf Colossus. We need hopefully something like an Undead Augur or anything that would draw a card. Something in that territory would be pretty good. That's another Poison the Cup based on previous information. That's what I needed. Just anything. Anything at all. That's all I'm looking for. I need to make 3 targets. But again, preference was something like an Undead Augur. Cast trigger. I'm denying them the scry. I want them as dead drawing as possible. They've got a lot of blanks in their deck if I pull value, so yeah. I want to keep them on that tier. Like, if they suddenly draw into some Thoughtseizes, then obviously I start pushing ahead. Because, you know, they're not doing... I've got nothing in my hand that's going to be worried about that. So once they draw light on the removal, well, obviously they're never going to see a threat, so... there's that. Oh, I'm going to take the 2/2 because I'm never expecting to keep anything on the table. It's probably just a 6-mana Liliana Dreadhorde General, I would assume, is their endgame. But even so, like, that's all they have alongside fucking the Immortal Sun. That's where I'm going with this. So, do they want to get rid of the token? It ain't decayed. It's a real token. Yeah, removal, removal, removal. Alright. I mean, they've drawn 6 lands and this. It's like, that's pretty obnoxious. I don't know when our opponent actually plans on, like... I'm just thinking in paper and how much they just time out all their matches. And then it's just 0-0-11 or something of the record. Because they just fucking time out. Pass the turn. As I said, I want value for everything. I want to drain their assets big time. I don't know what they intend to win with. No idea. I'm just going to keep that in my hand. I want them to look at 7 cards and go, what the fuck does he have? And then they, you know, obviously Thoughtseize me and I actually, like, play the game again. But still, up until that point, I want them fucking scared shitless right now. Because I know that theirs are all just live removal spells, and so I need to be able to, like, multiple cards. That's bad. That's some card advantage when I'm not drawing any. I'm not too pleased about that one. Yeah, that's not very good. I believe they still gain life for a while, right? Yeah, so they just gain life for a little while, but they don't get the cards yet. So thankfully, I have a little bit of time. But oh my god, I need to draw something live soon, like really soon. Seven mana. Their deck hasn't done anything threatening yet, I would like to add. Like, everything's been passive, passive, passive so far. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. X is 1, 2, 3. That was live enough. Honestly. That was enough. And they don't have a board wipe. It's just single target, single target, single target. That's going to bleed them dry. Hopefully. But I need to be able to damage them to shut off that Cosmos Elixir. I know if I played lands, then I could have dealt with Champion of the Parish. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I guess if I'm in the market for black removal, I just look at this guy and just let him play out his entire deck and I'll know what to fucking pick up. I mean, if you're just fucking play card, play card, play card, draw, play card, yeah, that's all it is? Okay, then, like, I'm not sure what the thought process was about it, but sure, you got it. Still, no threats. The most threatening thing they've got is Cosmos Elixir and Immortal Sun, which don't win the game. Torment a Hellfire deck? Then I'll keep my cards in hand. Draugr Necromancer. That's a replacement. Yeah, if it's Torment and Hailfire, then I'm going to try and keep as much of my hand as possible. I don't know what's in their hand. I'm hoping to knock out this Necromancer mid-combat. I plan on Fatal pushing it. Full control. So that they don't get the end of combat. That's the only threat they've produced so far, is a fucking vanilla 4-4, or basically vanilla. A Kali toss, if you will. It has been the best of their strategy. So, alright. That's something to watch out for. Yeah, and draw an extra card. Jadar is a card. I'm gonna have to hope that they've started to draw nothing. But yeah, this opponent has no intent of ever winning a game. I mean, one threat and half their deck? Yeah. Bit much. Bit much. So what you got? Okay. It's not bad. The only thing you can think of with the Mortal Sun, well, I mean, it's totally fine. Can I name a Snorlax? Also, what's this thing's type? Human, wizard, and zombie. I better just double check that. Yeah, whatever, Badger. So I gotta shut off the Cosmos Elixir. This is how we're doing it for now. Because it will succeed that way, at least. I can at least shut off Cosmos Elixir that way. Removal deck? Oh, I mean, yeah. And it's not even efficient removal deck. It's just removal. There's no quality descriptor here. Ah, yes, Lock Dwayne. Please Lock Dwayne and make this thing faster. Because you have to do that because you're not getting anything on your fucking elixir. Alright. That was fucking balls. Alright. We're at the point where this is starting to draw on a little too damn long. We haven't seen any card advantage cards in basically forever. Like, our card advantage was Soul Diviner and Undead Augurs. So 3 cards of our, like, I don't know, 10 or 12. So, like, yeah, we're halfway through our deck. We should be seeing them probably at the bottom when we can no longer afford to draw. Our opponent is still yet to provide a threat. That hand is going to pile up and Lock Dwayne is going to be mostly useless. Or they'll do that. It's real tough. Cool. Alright, replacement card. Oh, take that off. They might fucking kill it in combat. I might draw something relevant. So I might be able to cast something on main phase too. But otherwise, yeah, the opponent's kind of drawing this game out big time. Oh, fuck off. Whatever. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 removal spells. Like straight removal. And if I were to go with specifically creature, I'm sure that I could narrow it down by not much. Mill them. I mean, yeah. I should save that. Make it awkward. Inquisition's not a big helpful card here, but maybe I'll be able to disrupt properly. Sure. Just fucking pay all the life. I'm going to just take the advantage here. I don't have to play anything. And then their locked lane's useless. And yeah, actually milling them is a very realistic option. But, I mean, if they have a very real threat, then I'm in trouble. But I do need a Thoughtseize for whatever threat would come out of their deck. The fuck is this? Heartless Act. Would have liked another one, but hey, whatever. Make them have the sorcery shit. Whatever this is. Grim Bounty. Create a treasure token. That ain't doing anything for you. Locked lane probably something I should have put in here too. Unlikely to be absolutely necessary, but sure. Just went with the basics first. Okay. Looks like they... Okay, well they're holding on something. You gonna let me draw my card? Or are you gonna fire off an instant at sorcery speed when you have a sorcery? What's your plan? Monocolored? I mean, I'm mostly colored. I'm mostly mono black. Mostly. Fucking lands. Snowlands and Faceless Haven. Faceless Haven, when I've got double colors, is not something that's on my mind. Maybe an alternative. Oh, that took them a while, but they eventually got there. Remove till people concede? I guess so. I mean, holy shit. I don't know what they got that's gonna pull them out. That was gross. Alright, well, whatever. I have 7 cards in my hand, so they probably got to be scared about playing something. But then they have nothing, because we Thoughtseized them and they had nothing. So we'll just let them kill themselves on locked lane, I guess. I mean, they're killing them. They're doing my job for me, so whatever. As far as I see it, they're doing my job for me. They've had no hand hate, I'd like to add. None. They just have a pure hate on for creatures. Handcap. Seen a lot of them by now. Yeah, it's always pretty darn close. Like, it's real close for when I have a blue card on time. It's a lot of times I don't, a lot of times I do. It's narrow enough. Let's play land and go. They can kill me if they have a torment, by the way. If they find one, if they have one, then they can absolutely do it. I mean, that's pretty fucking balls garbage. It's like a ping for one. I mean, come on. Come on. You can do better than that. Alright. Seriously, though, this is probably a good time for us to not draw these anymore. Yeah. Okay, well, we have a clock regardless, and I think our opponent's clock is faster based on the rate that they're going. I mean, like, they're probably going to deck themselves faster. I will probably find gas sooner than that Sanctum of Stonefangs does something, but I have no fucking idea. I mean, if Sanctum of Stonefangs is their win condition, holy shit. Talk about as low power as you're going to get. The zombie was more threatening, of course. But, whatever. We haven't even run into, like, more Cosmos elixirs or anything like that. I would greatly appreciate not drawing Witch's Vengeance. Thank you. So, we're just stuck in Dirtle Town here. If that's their win con, I mean, I'm, like, really, really just kind of shaking my head. Like, I would have lost to so much random shit by now. But, I mean, they're laser-focused on creature decks. Laser-focused. And they haven't even done, like, they're laser-focused on creature decks that aren't fast at being creature decks. I'm gonna hang on for another turn. I want to hit them hard. We have yet to see anything resembling a board wipe, and I kind of have to start going all in on that idea. It's got to be boredom concessions, Shard. I was hoping for something a little faster, but the game's going to be over one way or another at this point in time. Like, we're so close to the end, we might as well just see it through at this point. Like, it is what it is. I wish they would have a little bit more pep in their step, obviously, because they don't exactly have a lot of decision trees at this point in time. Now, this is where we start. Like, they have fuck all for decision trees. Yeah. We pass. I got nothing for that. Whatever. It's just more removal. And they actually have a board wipe. And the fact that they're taking this long is a bit much. Like, it's really a lot. I think it's the treasure that's holding it all up. Well, that and the Loch Twain are just slowing this to... Who's closer to decking? Oh, they are. They have 12 cards, but 11 cards. It's Sanctum of Stonefangs versus their decking. 2 more Poison the Cups and eliminate a... holy fuck me. Yeah. I'm moving on. I can't beat 6 removal spells after going through 30 of them. I just can't do it. At this point, I was just trying to do the math, and it is definitely, I will lose to Sanctum of Stonefangs before they deck or run out of removal spells. That was deterministic, so at that point, I'm done. So, let's move on from that nonsense. That's why I don't enjoy playing against those decks, is because that almost came down to decking, and had it been played out. That's why I don't like those removal heavy decks at all. Why I've always had a problem with them traditionally. Murder Strider would have looked good. That's a possibility, but I'd never be able to land it. I mean, I didn't have any of my cards show up in the order that I would have liked. I mean, this is kind of mediocre hand, pretty slow, whatever, I don't care. And done. Alright, so, zombies, not so great. That's all I'm seeing. Like, if it can't beat the casual queue, and I don't care to play against life gain, because that deck just deserves to, there's many things I'm thinking of, but none of them are appropriate to say. So, the life gain deck can just go... It's too much. It's always too much for that deck. Off the back of a removal-heavy deck like that, that was too much. I need to pause and go, was this fine? Oh, look, cards. That's not what I was after, but... I was planning going, yeah, I was planning going this way. Maybe I need to go into ranked now. Let's try ranked, and see how the deck feels a little bit better there, or whatever. Or maybe I have a window, like, where I go, you know, this is where the deck is good because I can make these modifications and the deck works. Yes, I know the life gain deck is top tier. That's why they need counterplay for it, so it's not top tier. It's needed it for a very, very long time, and they just won't give it counterplay. That's why it's a problem. That's why I want to bring these decks in, because I know it's good for that. I just plugged my phone in and just interrupted everything. Anyway, Champion of the Parish. Shock in for... Inquisition, doesn't matter, don't care. Diregraf Colossus was my planned bomb if they... Okay, never mind. That actually just made it better. Alright, whatever. So they're just trying to slow down my clock, that's fine, but it does power up Diregraf Colossus. Sure, buddy. I guess that blows up Colossus. Card's not helpful when I can't put 2 cards together, sadly, but, you know, whatever. Well, that's not fun. How about I do it to you now, dick? Priest of Fell Rights, well, I know what your problem is. Yeah, it's just a stupid Reanimator deck. Fuck off. Okay, they didn't hit a hit, so we're fine. But they just broke me apart with a bunch of freaking... yeah. They have nothing in their graveyard. I'm going to leave it that way for a moment. Options are difficult, to say the least. Human, warlock, zombie. Gamble. It's a bomb waiting to go off right now. So, gambling. Well, that worked out for them. So what are the fucking cards they're fucking reanimating? I'm gonna have to read these because they're all fucking news to me. All right, I'm done. They had way too many Thoughtseizes to really be helpful there for us, and that was just a ticking time bomb that they had go off. Was all it was. A best of 3 graveyard hate, easy peasy. They just fucking roll over and die, right? Like it's a fucking weak ass deck in a best of 3. It's fucking pathetic. So, I'm not worried about that. But that's what we're working towards. We're working towards the sideboard. What are the cards we need? Absolutely. We're working for the main deck too. What are the cards we absolutely need? I'm not really worried about shitty Reanimator. That's a dedicated sideboard with a global blanket of, hey, here's some shit, and it'll just deal with your deck entirely. You can't do anything about it. So sorry about your luck. Anyways, it's been 30 seconds since our last match. 36, 37 seconds. Okay, never mind. We're just going to have a failure to connect. Because why not? I forgot how bad this game was for just performance. Because it has none. It has no performance. Yeah. Never minded the magic part of it. It's just that the arena part of it was absolutely so piss poor that that's what drove me away the most. Yeah, exactly. It's because like I go onto my Steam library of like 400 games, and like, you know, 390 of them work perfect. So that was my only issue with that. Oh my god. Yes, I know I'm waiting for the server. I've been waiting for about 2 minutes now. Thank you. Okay, so it feels like I need like hand hate or bust on the opening stuff. I definitely... Okay, well, I mean, the stream is about zombies today, so I'm basically sticking to the zombies a lot longer than I'd like. But the lesson learned is that zombies are just terrible no matter how much you try to make them work. That's really all it is. It's just they are always bad. Alright. Going straight for the Thoughtseize. Champion of Parish has absolutely nothing to work on, but maybe we'll find something. Who knows? Opponent mulligan, so it's perfect for our Thoughtseize. So let's see what we're up against eventually. There we go. Elves. Okay. So I need to find my very specific card for that. I'm going to just drop this Thorn Lieutenant off in the hope that I'll find it in time. Any pieces that'll do. So we drew a land in our 4-land hands, so that's not helping us win. Twins Elite Bear. Just get Poppet Stitcher. If you go blank in the board for Reanimator, I'm just going to grab something like Lantern. I'm just going to wipe their graveyard. Twins Elite again. Yeah. You know what? I would greatly appreciate actually drawing something other than these lands. Oh my god. We're at 6 lands now. I can't play like this. Oh my god. They're going to go Lord, Lord, and we're done. I don't know what your trick is, so I'm going to do that. I'm assuming it's a Coco. So I'm going to make sure that something stays alive in the process. Okay. No lords. Fuck off, dude! Like, really? I mean, we're hanging in there, but oh my god. Yes, lords, 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 lords. We're basically dead next turn, I get it. Draw some piece of interaction, please. Ain't nothing in there. Okay, sure, why not? Can't make a zombie. I suppose I could have done that in a different sequence for Jadar. I'm just gonna have to keep that in mind. Fuck me. This is draw it or bust now. I have to draw it now. Actually, they don't have the mana for Crater Hoof, do they? Yeah, they don't. Alright, cool. Fuck off! Holy shit, dude! Land, 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 land. Flood, 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 flood. All the answers exist in the world, and I can't get them. Make our blockers better, at least. And they don't have the mana for anything right now. So it's just, I have time, I just can't get there yet. Oh, they have Garen Break. That's actually frightening. I didn't even notice that one. So they could have done it. Never mind. Fucking Flood, man. Alright, well, whatever. Whatever. We have one more draw after this. Otherwise, the clan callers are... yeah. Lantern is one CMC, hasn't go. That's why I'm looking at it more, a lot more. Opponent's going to ponder over what they're going to do here. They're definitely getting fancy. Oh no. A 3-second play is taking them 30 seconds, so whatever. Champions are holding the fort for now. I've literally needed anything for ages now. Yeah. Ages now. I've known what I've needed, and I've drawn absolute fucking lands. Fuck off, lands. Floods! Alright. I mean, that was not even remotely anything resembling a game. And I'm sure that if I'd said that backwards, it would actually be proper grammar. But, oh well. Yeah, that was just straight flood. All the answers are in the deck, and we didn't draw any. So, it is what it is. That was the breaking point. Like, we went way beyond reasonable time frame for that, and we just never drew anything remotely resembling an answer. So, the answers are in the deck, but they just don't appear. It is what it is. I mean, lands appeared. Lots of lands appeared. So many lands appeared. Anyways, let's hope that we actually see a moment where the deck actually performs as expected once in a while. That'd be pretty cool. Fucking Drowned Catacombs. 2 in the deck, 2 shall appear. Keep, throw 1 Watery Grave away, and I'm going to open a Thoughtseize. And just hope. Anger, Chandra, fucking Christ, that's some nasty shit. Alright, well, Chandra's going to be a pain in the ass, so let's get rid of that. Archghoul of Thraben is just going to have to be a card that we take advantage of for that. So, here you go. Here's a card. So it's just a pile of fucking interaction, as usual. So this is more back to the interaction again. Alright. I mean, whatever. Here's a card. You gonna bolt it? Give me my value? The idea is to drop something of value so that it baits out the anger of the gods. That is my plan with it, anyway. Okay. So that goes in the graveyard. Throw that into the graveyard. That would get an anger so fast. But it would blow up an anger so fast. So there is that. It's a single card anger. But then they can frostbite, I suppose. So there is that. We can blow their treasure. Which is fine too. Obviously, I need a zombie. And I need them to not draw anything relevant as towards a threat. Diregraf Colossus needs a little bit of time here. Their hand doesn't do a whole heck of a lot right now. They even wasted their opportunity to just drop a Brazen Borrower. Sorcery Speed Archmages. This is not a valuable hand at all right now. Alright, we're done. 6 drops still exist at fucking insane rates, I see. So, removal that's cheap and efficient doesn't work. Whatever. Yeah, I would greatly appreciate some sort of way to make this function, but it appears that people are on high alert for creature decks and they're all playing control. I'm waiting for the part where they just start fighting each other instead, and, you know, stop dealing with creature decks. That'd be cool. And I would like the creature decks to have, I'd like to draw like some removal versus the creature decks. Holy crap. Yeah, themed decks don't seem all that great. I'm definitely fine with the mid-range option. I need a different setup for the mid-range option. Big time. The cards that I want don't exist, and it's kind of the only problem right now. Okay, Inquisition into Jadar seems fine. What are we looking at? That is 3 lords. What the fuck is this? Let's get rid of this fucking wonky whatever the fuck this is. Then play Jadar, I guess. That card didn't seem impressive, so I don't care. Jadar. No blocks. Merfolk are semi-playable. They're never playable. Archghoul. Merfolk will always be bad, and if I can't beat Merfolk, then this deck is done. If it's a zombie, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. If you don't put that... What's the... Reveal it? Yeah, sure. Okay. That's the answer. Sure. I mean, makes sense to me. Decline, I want more mana. Okay. Recycle. That's not bad. Alright, so we're going to do this on their turn so that we tie up any other mana potentially if they do any greedy plays. Fuck you. There we go. See, slight amount of vampires. Nice. Vampires look like they would have been one of those options I would have taken as well. Anyway. Champion the Parish, Undead Augur. It's a pretty frightening choice if I want to take it. I'm taking it. What's your last card? It's a fucking land. Alright. Undead Augur is a snap block right now. Full casting cost Silvergill. Inquisition. It's a fucking solid hit. We'll work our way into a board state right now. Got a little bit of time, but they can never really attack us. I gotta get rid of this Undead Augur at some point. So, that was pretty solid. Do they have a cheese? Okay. Alright, good. Like I said, I don't want to lose to Merfolk. If it was Merfolk, the stream was over immediately. The stream was done at that point. We are not losing to that and moving on. We're losing to that and deleting and coming up with something new later. Zombies are done at that point. So I'm not sure on the interactive bits yet. I'm tempted to try a rock deck at some point. See if that's kind of the route I want to go with it instead. It's just, does it have the rock elements that I'm looking for? No. Just a matter of if the cards are the style of play that I'm after right now. So right now, this is the style of play I'm after. It's just, I didn't realize that Eldraine 2 Electric Boogaloo was just released, so that was also a problem. Anyway, Inquisition. I mean, knock out your Llanowar Elves. Play Jadar. Let's see if they take this trade. Okay. Since we had the bonus, Cryptbreaker and push. Pass the turn. Okay, we fucked with their curve, and that was all that was needed. So that's all I'm really looking for in the deck, is enough to just screw with them and still have something resembling a clock. So it seems that being on the back foot is not something that the deck was played well to. I'm going to have to come up with something that plays good on the front foot and back foot just enough, while still retaining the same idea. Poppet Stitchers, that's a lot of them. It's a good start, but beyond that, not really. Just need a little bit more. This will do. The card that's going to take off from there is... I think I want a Cryptbreaker, but I'm not sure. Probably. Get rid of Champion the Perished. Probably. Let's go with black. Here. Thoughtseize. Alright, well, easy peasy. Hit on Undead Augur. Snoop. Snoop has a treasure thingamajig. They have this Crater Maker I have to concern myself with. That's about it right now. The Lord causes some issues here. Any combination of these things is strong against what I've got currently going. I can draw a card. I suppose I can do that. I wonder if that created 2/2 decayed zombie once per turn when non-token creature dies. Enchantment for 2 CMC would be good or not. Wasn't sure if a setup turn was sufficient. I didn't want any setup cards whatsoever. Okay, that was fun. But oh, whoa, don't auto pass. God damn it. I need to play the land. I need to play the land. Whoops. Okay, well, whatever. Chieftain, sure. Okay, well, their hope of life is gone now. Not good. It's that crater maker that's a fucking problem right now. Cranko's a problem. Yes, I'm aware. That's why I'm going to play Diregraf Colossus to have less things coming out of it. Of course, they draw the land, but, you know, whatever. I tried. Opponent hasn't missed a land drop. Whatever. Vengeance, please. Nope. Alright. Oh, Thoughtseize. Pretty good now. Which is Vengeance, please. Alright. So, Diregraf Colossus is just doing fuck all in these plays. Like, that was the card I was kind of looking forward to for it, and it's just doing fuck all in these non-interactive matches. Yeah, zombies are just terrible because they require your opponent to actually want to care about your shit. That's about it. Like, if your opponent cares a little bit, then you're probably fine, but they don't seem to care. They're just like, I'm just going to play a linear deck. Yeah, zombies is weak against linear decks, it seems. It's a problematic card to get going if your opponent, again, doesn't interact with you. If they were interacting with my zombies and actually giving a shit, then it was totally fine. Do one of these numbers. Evolving Wilds. I mean, when you know your opponent has the removal for it directly, which was the problem there. I held it back simply because my opponent had the removal. He had 2 damage removal. I had to have just one zombie die. Alright, well, this opponent's doing something or other. Reliquary Tower. Alright, well that was an easy game. May try Death Shadow. I mean, I've played Death Shadow before. I can probably totally play it. I don't know if I want to go to a theme. I don't know if it's one of those formats where you can afford a theme right now. Death Shadow seems like it's just a hoop that you have to go through when you can't afford to go through a hoop right now. Whenever deck's a combo deck, you want to make sure that you shut down the combo at all costs. An attempt at playing something more like it was Zombie Hunt. Took their zombie infestations, they had nothing. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Suppose that could go either way with it, but yeah, whatever. We'll see how things go. Is that card threatening to me now? No, it's not at all. Alright, Archghoul of Thraben. Want that available. Swing in. So, yet another combo deck. You either use your Coco and reveal something to me. Okay. Build a goose, sure. Crack all your mana, buddy. Crack it all. Decline, I need a land. It is crowd stack, yeah, it's just both. I would have Thoughtseize their Citadel, but, you know, I couldn't. And I fucking just went hit, so fucking whatever. Seems that our opponents are really, really slow on math, so it's not helping matters. It's just like, do you have it? Do you have a plan? Or are you just going to sit there and wait for a full minute to add 6 mana together? Oh well. I mean, it's a math-based game. One of those things that you should probably, you know, take a course on if you're a little slow. If you want to, you know, go into ranked queue, which says that you probably want to do well at it, take a math course. So, unless the client is that ridiculously slow for everyone. I mean, it is pretty chuggy right now, that's for sure. Looks like they haven't done optimization in about 4 years. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is just stuff right now. Zombies seem to be just absolute dog shit in every way, sadly. I mean, I've done every aggro variant of them already. It's just, it never works. It ever works. Okay, I'm going to start with Undead Augur. Make life awkward for any opponent that's trying to do something with it. Whatever. Me. That. -1, -1. -2, -2. Altar of the Pantheon, because cards. Let's just try and get this one out for now, because it produces zombies, and I'm sure that they're just going to be playing a heavy removal pile, so I want as much shit that draws cards as possible. Well, I mean, that's not impressive. Which one's the Decayed? You are. Okay. That's a lot of zombies. Come on. Dead Horde Invasion's not threatening. This is all the slowest card stot deck, isn't it? White-black, slowest card stot deck? Sorin. Now for something completely new. Sorin. Do you have a vampire to go with it? I mean, you've had everything. I don't even know what to call this. Your Valmar Knight has Death Touch, I guess. He didn't pop out a vampire, so I don't know what to even say at this point in time. Well, this will draw me a card. And then this is a zombie knight. Knight. All your face, because Soren seems pretty unimportant. Okay, there are 3. Yeah, Soren doesn't look like it actually does anything in the deck. Otherwise, you know, them getting mildly lucky. Gary's not threatening. Army. Name Army. So even against fellow zombies, at least the Vengeance still has windows. That's why I said the card's not really bad per se. It's just, it needs a window to be useful. And I know that it's got some dead matches, so. As for the best of 3, just don't know what to go with. I think this is, don't worry about the sideboard, come up with different options. See what good cards are here, and it looks like it's the standard black cocktail that's good here. Just all the good black cards, the generic cards, not the zombie portion of the deck. The zombie portion of the deck was certainly bringing it down, so it's what is the next plan. Rock is one of them. I'm definitely considering Rock. Oof. Alright, 1 lander. That's what sideboards are for. If you absolutely need to hone in on Angels specifically, then great. Adventurous Impulse, Cultivate, Elder Gargaroth. This is a pile of who the fuck cares? Yeah, sure, whatever. Impulse, because I want them to be slow and early. And that's basically where I'm going with that. I'm going to go Champion, and I'll go and snag their Cultivate or whatever. Keep them slow. Well, I found an Impulse. The Heroic Intervention is garbage. It's not really going to do much. Well, I mean, it could have a potential. That's rough. Every 3 drop. We need to not have them actually play their lands on time here and all that. We really do need to actually have something other than a 3 drop and, you know. Oh, we're going to hold up priority for that Heroic Intervention now? Ew. Gross. Yeah, we're going to have a problem with time right now. Leashing, Caryatid, sure. Thank you. Diregraf Colossus. Heroic Intervention screams playing a combo. Heroic Intervention screams I didn't think about my green deck too much. Oh, are they going to drop the shields for Heroic Intervention? Nope. Or wait, this adds 2 mana now, right? Yeah, it does. Totally. I can't do that. Just make our ship bigger and bigger and bigger. If we draw a land, then Poppet Stitcher gets involved and does all this magic. I've seen it one too many times, that Heroic Intervention is in the deck because reasons. So the only thing that could go wrong here is a fight spell, otherwise we can probably totally be fine. That's big, but no big deal. What's this thing's stats? No blocks for now. That gets rid of the heroic intervention, luckily. It pretty much is. And there goes the heroic intervention, so that's a freebie. Okay, 2 for 1. Which one are you? You're just a standard zombie? You're going to be my blocker on that 10-10. Rasta, sure. Draw a card. They make a 3/3. Okay. We're going to just make this pretty smooth right here. We're going to take out the Gargaroth right now. Archghoul of Thraben is going to cycle twice, so let's try and make the best of it. Take action, mill that. Take action, mill that. Eliminate targets. Nothing really because a Rasta exists. We're fine for now, mostly. You're the Decayed. You don't do anything for me right now. Colossal Majesty. Okay, well, I mean, it's a little late for that, luckily. I'm just going to throw a Poppet Stitcher in front of that nonsense. Although, yeah, totally Poppet Stitcher. Okay. It's going to make some shit, to say the least. Pass the turn. They're going to make some spiders. First row in games. I definitely want to read this. So it's just 1/2s. That's no big deal. Might have considered getting rid of the Gougersaurus. I'm going to definitely get rid of the Gougersaurus soon. So I want to get rid of Arasta. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. So I'm thinking I want to do it like this. So you pop off this. Resolve that. You get your 1/2. Then pop off Elysian Caryatid, I guess. So now we got a 7/7 Champion of the Parish. This flips, making these no longer decayed. And then if you control no creatures with Decayed at the end of every single fucking end step, get wrecked. we make 3/3s every turn. There we go. Okay. Little better off. Still able to get by now, mostly. Archghoul of Thraben is our card advantage that's not painful. As for getting a path through, it's going to be mildly difficult, to say the least. That was a shame. What's that do for me? Kill some spiders, but not really. Take action, mill it. Decline. Oof, that hurt. That hurt a little. Alright, well. Another 3/3. We have an engine for now, but so do they. Another fight spell. Mill that. We're clearing some garbage, but it's not working. Engine still exists. Another big creature that grows every turn. Decline. Zombies. No tax. Zombies. Soul Diviner's nice, but we kind of need something like Champion of the Perished to make it useful. Karuk's Uprising. Oh, fuck me. That's the trample one, ain't it? Okay. Stop! All right. Another Arasta. Well, I mean, that's fine. Decline. That's not bad, but actually it's not bad at all. Cancel. Let's do that. We still have plenty of power here. Let's just retain the power. I would like to have blockers as necessary for now. So we'll just draw a card at end step. But that Diregraf Colossus plus Soul Diviner should do some work. Not bad. Decline. Now I'll use it, sorcery speed, try and get some more shit. Okay, that's a thing. That is a thing. That gets rid of the Gugrosaurus alone, but the horn beetles are the ones that are growing. So I don't think the Giganosaurus is. I think it's one of the Nessian horn beetles at the rate we're currently at. So 1, 2, plus 1. So 2. Me. 2 more zombies. Get rid of horn beetle. Well, Gigantosaurus is not something I'm worried about currently. Anyway. Not wide enough yet. Sure. We have a lot of card draw in a couple seconds here. Anyway, so we may be able to push something. I don't know yet. Okay, they're pushing. You gonna take that one? You are. Okay, cool. Indestructible isn't good for us? No, it isn't. This is a go wide or don't bother sort of scenario right now. So that's what our plan is. You got to go wide. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. Like, we gotta push real hard right now. Decline. Thoughtseize is definitely not pleasant. Probably a card that might be necessary anyway. Don't know. Give me this one. Oof, that hurt. Champion of the Perished. This guy. Hold the Thoughtseize, absolutely. So no attacks. Make a zombie out of it. That's one option. Cryptbreaker is definitely going to be making a zombie. Luckily, we're making 3/3s out of the deal. Luckily, they're pushing, so they might be drawing a little dead. That's a heroic intervention, and it's revealed to us. But the whole plan is to go wide, so that shit doesn't matter. That's scary. So they're planning on winning right now, then. Okay. So everything's trample. That's some stuff. Alright. So, that's fucking 2, 3, 4. It's 1 damage coming through there. 2 damage. 3, 4. Or 2 damage. 2 damage, 2 damage so far. 3, 4. We're going to go to survive, and then we're going to go to thrive after that, if possible. We don't win here. Cancel blocks, no blocks. Overrun. Turns out to be what, 1? When your creatures that are fucking massive aren't massive enough, overrun. Yeah, I feel like fish out of water with this deck, where I'm planning for, you know, a set segment of cards to exist, and I'm running into none of them. And when I am running into them, I'm not drawing anything that was designed for them. That was intense? Yeah, I mean, I'd never built the deck for the defensive. I tried to build it so that it have some reasonable offense, but I mean, when your opponent's just playing 10-10s casually, it's a little much. I mean, one of my, go-to strategies ages past was always make sure there's a board wipe in your deck. So when your opponent gets obnoxious, you just blow up the board. What the fuck is Archghoul Troll? Whatever. Temple? Now I know I'm in the weirdest place ever. It's gotta be the darkest timeline or something like that. Thoughtseize? Sure. Yeah. Well, whatever. X equals 1. I get a zombie, you get nothing. Dark Salvation has been alright so far. Season of Growth. Yeah, you ain't getting that off. Anyway. You gonna sit there and do nothing with your life all day? Alright. Yep. You gonna kill my 1-drop? The answer is yes, by the way. I mean, whatever. I'll take my land. All my lands. Jesus. Alright, whatever. Sky to the top, something. How's your settle of wreckage doing over there, buddy? I do like these interactions. They're sweet. Is this a put into your graveyard situation? We have Poppet Stitcher. This is the consistently good one, but we're going to run out of gas so soon. Decline. It's still probably better than something random. They're scrying away. Creatures yet? Any creatures? Prison Realm? Sure. Taking the Archghoul of all things. Sure. You're at 1. Have a nice day. Figure that one out. Well, they figured it out. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's pretty shit. But alright. Well, they have to block, so lucky me. Yeah, you have to block. Okay. Next. All the glitters. Okay. Easy peasy. So the boggles didn't boggle very well. Little too fragile. Well, I mean, the stuff that they used to protect was kind of the only thing they had, so they didn't really have much, basically. One card that was doing okay, depending on the creatures, was... and the card that's pulling back is Dark Salvation. That certainly was a card pulling back here. I think I broke the game. Oh, never mind, we're good. Nope, Dex. Dark Salvation was doing better than I was expecting it to. It's performing above average. That's the one that makes the zombies and then kill shit based on the zombies. Seems fine. Poppet Stitcher seems like it's just in the way a lot of times. It's just like, yeah, it's fine, but it's never what I want. So I'll go with a little bit more of this and less of that, I think. It's probably... I mean, if we can get to the point where it's a little bit more playable and less of the dead stuff, then great. I don't even know if those puppets are even any good. I'd say that they're probably closer to probably absolutely not any good at all. I mean, they're a wizard in themselves, so they don't really do much beyond that. Yeah, just, if there's less of them, I'm probably happier. Let's see what we are up against now. What's our plan on this one? Go with Nightpack Ambusher. It all sucks, basically. What's this? Otherworldly Gaze is some sort of nonsense. Okay, so we go Diregraf Colossus into Undead Augur. The wolf was kind of potentially my issue there. Well, let's send in, see what happens. Alright, Diregraf Colossus don't have a counterspell. That should fucking shred their board if it stays. They shouldn't have much against that. Yeah. Okay. So perfect. Absolutely. Diregraf Colossus just shreds them. So, yeah. Definitely one of those ones that we're getting on the table was good. They had a lot of dirtle in their hand, that's for sure. Like, a lot of dirtle. I don't know what that hand was actually doing, but it was so much dirtle. I mean, they had hits on the upper end, but the early game was absolutely stone cold nothing. Let's probably throw it back for a faster hand, sort of a hand. If I were playing it, that's how I'd look at it. Throw it back for a faster hand. Moving on in here. Let's see. I'm liking the difference, even though it's a 1-card difference so far. I like exactly where it's at. It makes me feel a little bit more confident on it, but we'll see. Opponents on the play. All right. We're gonna Inquisition. Take the Brawler, I guess, for now. So, a bit of an issue with this one, but we'll see. Wow, that stuff is going to hit me like a truck. This is a play-draw scenario. If I'm on the play, then they don't even stand close to a chance. And now I'm there on the play, and I don't stand close to a chance. Yes, I'm aware of them removing Colossus stuff is going to be a problem. Anyway. I'm just going to stall until I have the mana to do everything I need to. That was actually spectacular for us, by the way, but we'll see. It's gotta still be Diregraf Colossus and then just take a beat for a turn. It's gotta be somewhere in that territory. And just untap with this fucker. That's all I got. That's all I got. Okay. Perfect knowledge is a thing, yes. That didn't help. So I need Dark Salvation to function. But it's not going to function because I didn't draw land. So, well, I suppose, yeah, I needed a specific combination. It's just not enough zombies or something. They'll probably still win? Absolutely, they'll still win. Unblockable sucks? Yep. That's all I got right now. Another Scoos? Sure, fine, whatever. Yeah. Alright, whatever. I've learned what I want out of this deck. I'd say that was enough information to know that, yeah, Gruul was the boogeyman for me for this deck. When I was building it, I'm like, there's no way this beats Gruul. Not a chance. Or anything that's massive. And so far, it's proven to do exactly that. It just rolls over. Like, it stalls and stalls and stalls, but it has no winning game plan when those matches come up. And it performed exactly that. So, as expected. And I would like to turn that around a little bit. That's about it. A lot of decks are based around creatures, so it shouldn't be too hard. So, I'm saying it's probably good for today. Probably a good learning lesson for today. Try this later on. Come up with some sort of brainstorm, and we can check this out later down the road here. So, it was a lesson. I burned all the wild cards that I'm definitely not playing Arena for. Because I'm definitely not grinding. Fuck that. I mean, anyway, maybe some early wins of the day. Anyway, so yeah, I'll go with some of the pieces that I probably already have and get minimal pieces that I may already pick in. Yeah, I have zero interest in actually grinding this game. So it'll be mostly the things that are probably a proper anchor and maybe a couple new things here and there as we go. That's how I'm looking at it. You know, just a little bit here, a little bit there sort of thing. Anyway, lesson learned. Zombies are terrible and don't want to play well with each other. They're fighting each other. It's like, you know, I draw a champion of the parish and then I draw a Jadar, but I need the zombie for the combat, and I don't get it because I'm getting it at end step, so it's awkward. Jadar's great, but then he's terrible. Spectacular card. The Poppet Stitcher is useless. It's had a couple moments, but not many. If I were to use any in a void, Jadar would probably be in the void. And be that card that would be like, yeah, I'll just take you with me in a general sense. Still load the arena economy? There's no such thing as an economy on here. There's just fuck it. It's just nothing here. It's fucking useless. Whatever. If they still can't figure it out, whatever. I'll just stop spending money. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah. Anyway, hope people enjoyed. That was an alternative look at zombies. I've done aggro for like forever. Aggro does the same thing because you'll run into people just playing the board wipes and the nonsense like that, and you don't have a game plan if it doesn't turn out by turn 4. So this was an alternative idea where you try and play a little more mid-rangey. It seems to have the same fate where if they look at you sideways, then you're done. But otherwise, like, it can have a couple... It's fighting with itself, actually, is what it was the case. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll come up with a different idea, I don't know, next week, I guess. We'll say. Yeah, something like maybe next weekend or sometime throughout the next week. Look forward to another stream. I'm just going to kind of marinate here. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Take care, and bye-bye.